That was Barrister Kingdom there, giving his insights on end bad governance and a hashtag, the impending hashtag Fearless October protests. About now, we will be talking about a very interesting topic. Education, as we all know, is one of the main indicators of assessing an economy or a state that is doing well. And today we'll have a very important topic to discuss on education, and that will be education and online learning. And with us in studio to do justice to this topic is Professor Leonard Anibo. Professor, you're welcome to the studio.
Thank you very much.
Great.
Good
Great.
morning.
Sir, we have been having this discussion even before you entered the studio, and we want to know really if you can give us an overview or take us through the evolution of online learning, maybe from as far back as you can actually muster. How has this trend, online learning, how has it evolved over the years? And then COVID hit, and then where are we now today?
Well, it has been the desire of educationists from beginning to reach learners everywhere, and access has been an issue. Many people find difficult to access education at different levels. You can remember the time of exams of success, where the package materials are sent to people far away. That's to show the desire of educators to reach learners. So in terms of exam success, it was material. They have no internet to help them to reach their audience. So they will package it and send. And University of London have been on this for a long time. Since early this century, they began to reach out to try to see how to get to people across, and along the line, Nigeria began to catch up.
What was the paradigm shift for Nigeria at some point? At what point did they begin to catch up with what their counterparts abroad were doing?
Normally, it's a universal need. So as we interact with our colleagues across the continent, across the ocean, then we'll be able to see what they're doing. And since the desire is on every educator to reach the masses, so Nigeria began to catch into it. So exam success was one of them. You remember radio, both through the IMT. Remember those days, the lecturers would go to the studio to teach their students that are spread everywhere. So it has been evolving, but thank God with the internet on board, things are made much easier. We can now reach learners anywhere they are, without being hindered by distance or time, both synchronously and asynchronously. We can reach them and get them to get what we wanted to learn.
Okay. But you were explaining something before about where we were, where we are, and where we're going to. So please, can you continue on that?
So we're saying that it has been the matter of materials.
Yes.
I remember my father did his BSc by getting materials across from overseas. He will read and then he will send back. That's what until he got his degree. So that issue of using hard copy materials to disseminate information have been going on until this internet thing now came, and people now queued into it. I'm going to use it to reach their learners anywhere where they are.
So you agree that there is a positive impact on the use of internet to
sure, it has made our work much easier. We can reach learners anywhere in the world. That through the internet, as synchronously as we are giving the lecture, that are getting it.
Okay, so now you know, when we were used to the local way of teaching, and then the online came when Corona started, and lecturers had to start using Zoom to give lectures. How did you think that the Nigerian system has been able to migrate from where we were to the new phase of the online classes and teaching?
The online thing was there before the COVID.
Yes, true.
The COVID just helped to escalate, to show that, to allow more people to key into it. Teachers everywhere having desire to reach their students. Both private schools were trying to outdo one another in reaching the students. So that's how the COVID escalated the matter. but it had been on before the COVID.
True.
So it just helped to maybe broaden it, make it more popular, or get more people involved. That's what the COVID did to
All right, Professor, I just chuckled because I remembered what a colleague of mine that is in South Africa, a question he posed to me once. He said, why is it that always in Nigeria, you guys always complaining about bad network, they don't know what it means to have a bad network. Now, what are some of the challenges, you have encountered as a director of distant learning, ESUT? What are some of the challenges, in terms of internet connectivity, availability of devices, you name it? You are the one that's wearing the shoe in migrating from this old analog method to the digital method. Just take us through some of the challenges and how, if possible, you've been able to tackle them.
In fact, you have hit the nail at the head. The issue of internet connectivity, bandwidth, and the rest of them. Most people, we're all migrating from analog to digital, and because of poverty also, not many people have Android phones to start with. So they don't have Android phones, and those that have the issue of high cost of getting data and other things, and sometimes the network will go off. You will not be able to reach people that you want to reach. So we're all inside the issue. We're grappling with the problem and try to see how to that's why in Nigeria we have what we call we're mixing both there's a hybrid method that being used, combining both the online and then the physical. So UNUC has recommended that we can't go 100% online because of this problem you are now saying. You say you must have a way of seeing your students face to face, and then to supplement the internet connection with face to face. So this hybrid method is what we're applying now. So those that missed it, they find a way of getting across.
Yes, but just as a follow-up to this question, my question really was, are there some strategies, specific strategies or things that you as a director or your directorate has done? Let me give you an instance. There could be more. Maybe you've gotten some kind of support to install wireless, that is Wi-Fi, for your students, so that when they come in, they can just switch on and connect to the Wi-Fi. Anything you have done to actually ameliorate the this trend of bad connectivity.
In my center, our students are distant learners.
Okay.
So the wireless device, the issue of internet is also affecting them where they are. So even if you have Wi-Fi in the environment, it doesn't solve our problem. Okay, so what
have you done that has helped to make it easier?
What we are doing is that's the issue of combining both physical contact and online the transaction is the method we are using for now, so that in spite of where they are, if they miss the online listing, they can also have some materials. Now we have lecture materials only produced for all the courses. So apart from the online interaction, they have hard copies. And the online interaction, whatever lecture is given is saved. So any student that misses the lecture can always go back and replay whatever was taught his colleagues. So with these two methods, they have the hard copy, they have the contacts with their lecturers. So with these methods, our students cannot be left out. Those who are serious to learn can always follow up what we're doing.
Let's shift a little bit from the students to the lecturers. Has there been any issue where your lecturers had problems or difficulties in having to make use of this digital new wave of teaching?
No, our lecturers are trained.
Okay.
Before one is engaged, either as an e-tutor or as a facilitator, it goes through training. So those who are engaged to do the work know what they are doing, and they can use the devices. The issue of having internet connectivity is a priority. So if network is not doing well, you can migrate to another network to be sure that you don't disappoint your students at any time.
But who does the training? Is it done internationally or locally?
Yes, we have both international and local training. They've come from Abuja, from Commonwealth of Learning. This is an international organization. They've come to ESUT to train our people. And then like yesterday I was in the training when I got the invitation. We were training our staff to get to know what they should do, hands-on training. The assignments are given, and they are required to do some connection to show that, so that they can help the students. They're not connecting for themselves. We now see the different problems they were having in the field, and they were trained on those things, so that they'll be able to communicate and help the students.
Prof, if it's not a private training, if it's not private, can you just put us through a little bit of what the training entails and what anyone should know about this?
Like how to link up. That's because we're starting. To be honest, we're just trying to start the new set. So those who are to be involved are trained what troubles the student may face in accessing the network. We have brought the thing down to that any Android phone, no matter the level of the Android, can easily connect. So everybody in the hall will be able to connect to our platforms, and then they were gathered to a point whereby they are required to pay at that point to stop, knowing that they are now making progress. So that much have been trained, and then we have what we call learning management system, LMS. It's like an internet It's an internet platform. It's like a university of itself. When a student is registered, is now admitted to be our student, they're given a password to access the learning platform, the learning management system. That system will now take you to the courses you have to do. You see the materials. All our materials are online, have been uploaded. So any student can easily get any course that you want to learn on the net. So these are things we are teaching our lecturers to see how they can access, so that if any student is having problem in those areas, they can show them what to do and they get through. Okay,
Prof. So ESUT is a state-based university. And I do know that in other places, there are IT centers that are probably donated by the government or something like that. So do you have any government collaborations with this transition? Have they come in to say, okay, we'll take care of this, we'll take care of this? Any way that they have come in to help, just take us through that initiative.
Well, the collaboration we are doing now is with a private firm that's brought both the technical know-how and the equipment. The government collaboration, was still expecting them to keep. Have
you reached out, Prof?
Those in the authority, they know they are reaching out to them.
But you know what you on ground.
Yes.
You know what is obtainable. You are the man wearing the shoe, and you know where, of course, it pinches.
Yes.
There should be a way for you to reach out to someone who knows someone. So has that move been done yet? Have you played that card on your chessboard yet?
Yes, we are yet to, because we are beginning, just starting. It's when we get on board, when we begin to see the challenges we have, then we know who and who can meet up. Our Vice-Chancellor have been wonderful in this direction of getting. AfriHub had a center at ESUT, university has acquired it to be our own property. But because of the limited facilities, they were not still migrating there. We hope that with time, when the facilities they increase, we can then migrate to that equipment and use it to serve our students.
Okay, all right, Prof. You know, some people have this mindset that when it comes to online classes, it's not as serious as going to the physical class. How do you help the mindset of your students to come into that phase where they know that, okay, this is serious? How do you assess their seriousness, them paying attention to class? How do you assess it?
I want to abuse that notion,
yes,
that the online thing is not as serious as from research. Online graduates are better than those who are offline, because as I've
by
said,
what indicators, sir?
There are researches that have been made. Their work behavior, their understanding of the content, the general thing show that the online graduates are better than non-online.
Okay.
The reasons are this. Let me give you the reasons.
Okay.
Before NUC license you to do anything for any program, you have to produce materials. The online transaction is material based, the course materials. As I speak now, we have course material. We're starting with economics. We have material for the first 3 years in all the courses they do that they stored in a learning system. These are like the physical contacts where a lecturer can come and tell stories and go away with it. For the online, the materials are there. Every course, every topic is treated already. And the students can, when the student goes through, the activities are being monitored. Anytime the student logs into the system, somebody is monitoring, is knowing what he's doing. So by the time the student is satisfied to have finished the course, the content has been delivered. Then there are assignments, there are tests they must do along the way. By the time a student goes through our program and is certified, it's better than those that didn't. Because in the physical class, there's absenteeism. That's why he said that you must have 75% attendance before you do exam. Those ones are for the physical people. For the online, it's 100% because you must go through whatever we are giving to you before you're certified. So the online products are better than the offline. And then it's not those who are online are serious. You must know the value of what you are looking for. You paid for it. And then you have the attention we give to our students is more than what we do outside. You want to know them one by one. You are assigned to an e-tutor that follows you up, whatever you are doing, knows how far you are making progress. And by the time you go through all this experience, you become a better graduate than those who that are outside.
Okay, Prof, very nice insights. However, I'm a bit curious. You said you guys are just starting off.
Yes.
In ESUT.
Yes.
Quite understandable. And you're starting off with economics, which is a social science. So what about those in physical science or biological science that will need to come together to do projects and research? How do you manage that with, an online platform?
This is what I said before, that NUC requires that there should be those two components. The one that can be delivered online will be delivered. We have laboratories. Our unit is collaborating with the mother departments. In fact, the lecturers there are the owners of the courses. Even though we have e-tutors that liaise with those lecturers, when there's need for practical, once in a while, they can come for physical. And these days there are devices of simulating. Even practicals can be simulated, and the student can go through it. But if they must, like nursing, after economics, we shall add more courses that have practical dimension. When it comes to practical, after getting the theory, like what is alternative to practical. After doing that one, they will now come for physical accessing of those materials, and they will learn.
Okay. All right, Prof. So, we've had this issue in the education system where people are taught things that don't apply to the real life. Now, how do you intend to manage, let me ask it the way I want to hear. How do you incorporate real-world applications into your teachings?
Please, be more explicit.
Okay.
In what sense?
We go to school, and then you see people learn things that after they are through with school doesn't apply into the day-to-day real-world applications that we have. You see people, to all respects, you see people go to study some courses that currently in Nigeria has not been recognized. But how do you bring in real-life applications? How to solve problems? Yeah, let me use that word. How to solve problems. How do you bring that to, especially to economics, social science? How are you bringing real-life applications? Okay, this is what we're passing through in the country. This is what to expect. This is bringing them to a place where they become solution providers.
Sure. Like I said before, what we are giving the students are what the home departments have. So the ODL does not have its own content different from what the mother departments are offering. So the mother departments, like economics, when we finish, the graduates will be economics graduates, having all that one departments are having, but with a richer content in that they are made to go through the whole nitty-gritty of the course before they are graded. So we're not finished, except with time now, we begin to offer courses like barbering salon. Those ones are skills.
Yes.
Will be mounted, but it's when we perfect this year we were on a trial period with NUC. Once we are done with economics and they say we are satisfied, then we shall introduce courses, practical courses, that when one will come and learn how to do barbering salon, how to establish business. These will be courses we shall offer, maybe as diploma courses. They come, you go through it. Then we'll be inviting resource persons from the community to come and address our students or come and be part of our program so that the thing will be enriched. So, to your question, we are replicating the university now. Okay. We're not introducing something new yet. We shall still do that with time.
Okay, I have a main question, but I have a follow-up question to what my colleague asked you. Okay, so what are your plans for curriculum review? You know, because you know how knowledge is transient and it keeps growing and evolving. Are there plans, or you expect that whatever courses you get online now via your platform in the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years is still the same? So what are the plans? Is there a framework for curriculum upgrade or review?
Now, that's what they call CC Marks. The NUC has that duty. Nigeria University System is being managed by the University Commission. That's the one that will upgrade curriculum and we receive from them. So, as a unit, we implement that of policies. We don't generate fresh policies in our center. Rather, we are faithful in whatever is approved for us to, that approved courses. And NUC is even urging the departments to localize their content, to include courses that are local, so that what is taught here in Enugu is not what is taught at Ibadan. There could be some courses that are peculiar to the environment, how to make palm oil, and other things will be taught here, different from what is being taught in different parts of the nation. So the curriculum upgrade is being done, but it's coming from upstairs. As we will download them and we will implement. And
you don't have any form of suggestive, you know, you cannot suggest.
We will do suggest.
You cannot prompt the NCC to.
Like I said, the US are giving us the leverage. The departments can initiate, can customize, get things that are local to teach their candidates. But as a unit of distance learning, we are taking the department to the world. Is what they have, we collect and.
Okay, so this is my main question to you, Prof.
Go ahead.
You know, growing up, we always heard about sandwich programs.
Sandwich programs.
Yeah. So with the online learning thing gaining a lot of popularity, has it completely obliterated the sandwich programs in the universities?
No, sandwich, like as I speak, the sandwich students are there. Sandwich, like for education, is place for them to come and have physical contact during holidays. Before I came here, my students were calling me. I plan to go from here to the center where they're doing sandwich. So sandwich is still on. As we make progress, we can begin to mount courses in education, related courses, whereby instead of coming for sandwich, they can be at home and do the program. That is a part of what we shall do. But don't think of a time when sandwich will become removed, except physical contact is also removed from the system. Otherwise, whatever that is physical university, they have need for sandwich, especially those that will come during the holidays to access the lectures.
All right. So in the newspaper headline today, we had issues of fake certificates being printed out. So now everybody can just go online, type in, create with Photoshop or Figma, or whatever it is, and get the certificate and put stamp on everything. How do you intend to make sure that your own students come out, they don't forge their results? Is there a system in place to check? Just like you said whenever they pop up on the site, there's somebody monitoring. So is there someone again monitoring how their results are being?
You have finished. You have answered your question.
Because, no, but I just want to know if there
because our students are monitored. Okay. The time the time they spent with the system are known, and then we have clusters of students. We try to make them form WhatsApp groups. They know themselves and they grow together. So once someone has finished, it becomes normal that person will graduate. The issue of forgery or certificate is not part of our assignment, and until the society is cured from the craze for forgery, making gain without pain. It has been the trouble, like I'm in measurement, and I have been talking to students that it doesn't pay to have what you don't deserve. You go out to the society and you cannot justify, you cannot prove that you are a graduate of this caliber. So that's it being addressed in a different fora, not our own center. I want to be sure that those that come to us, that they graduate, and we'll monitor them. You cannot pick a certificate. If you can forge, forgery is forgery, and it can be, you go to India, pick original. But then we have a system, like when the VC came, many people have been flushed out, many people have been detected that have, we say go and take original. He's now issuing original certificate, and when you pick a certificate that is being issued now, that's a way to test whether it's original or not. So with improvement in technology, things are being tracked, but it's those that are giving the technology that's also faking it. So it's a problem of the society.
All right, Prof. How affordable are your online courses?
Oh, online, because we are beginning, we deliberately make the thing affordable. That is
go deeper. Explain to us. Affordability is actually relative. So
yes,
tell us in numbers.
We like now with 150,000 naira, you can pay school fees for a session, not just for a semester. And because a
session is 2 semesters.
2 semesters, yes. And we've made it in a way that we want to help those who are, because those people are artisans, they are working in the offices, they earn salary per month. We have a device whereby we can discuss with students and they pay instrumentally. So if that method is affordable, you can pay in a way that it will help you maybe once or twice or 3 times, depending on private arrangements. It's not on paper. We'll discuss.
What do you mean by private arrangement, Prof?
By private, we mean that it's not pasted on the board that this is, you pay 2 or 3 times. But if a student shows need, because we in our system, we are more in touch with the student than the ordinary program. We know them one by one, know what they do. So if a student has a need, that's a way we handle it, so they can pay and graduate.
Okay, Prof, let me just backtrack. Just hold that thought, Joshua, before you get to your question. It's a follow-up on the fake certificates thingy. So I'm just wondering, if someone comes up with a fake certificate, some quarters or some school of thought will say it's because it's so rigorous, so painstaking to obtain certificates from the official, route, you understand? And that is, they probably have a timeline to what they need to use the certificate to do. And that is why they opt to go and forge. Now, what are the processes of obtaining a certificate? If I graduated 5 years ago from ESUT and I need to go back and get my certificate, how easy is it for me to achieve that feat?
Like I said,
not on paper, Prof. Practically now.
The new administration in ESUT has made it compulsory that you don't issue notification of results anymore. That by the time of convocation, which is every year, you have your certificate. So when you graduate, you pay for certificate convocation at the same time as you do clearance. And by the time you come for your convocation, you are picking your hard copy. So issue of
true story, Prof.
ESUT is there. That's ESUT for you. The present ESUT, that as you are paying for, you pay for graduation at the same time. So that by the time you come for convocation, you are picking your certificate. We no longer give certificate of the result. That's what is being abused. Somebody has, and the ESUT has told all employers of labor, any certificate more than 5 years is not authentic. That from now, ESUT issues original certificate as you graduate. So it's real.
Okay. So because of time and because we have to let you go, I want to ask, is he an MSc program, a BSc program, or even PhD?
It's BSc for now.
Okay, BSc for now. Okay, beautiful,
Okay.
beautiful.
Thank
And
you.
how can we access it? I want to apply, and how do I apply?
This
No,
place,
just for our viewer, of course. Just
yes,
yes,
like what you have here,
yes.
if one keys into odl.esu.edu.ng/application on and purchase, you'll be taken straight to the platform where you apply, you pay the application fee. Once you pay the application fee, a form will be forwarded to the applicant. He fills all the forms, he fills all the credentials, puts his qualifications. Then we'll take some time to look at those credentials. If the person qualifies, the person is issued certificate, admission automatically.
What are the criteria you look out for before you admit
We
someone?
look for the create list. Whatever the departments are requiring is what we are requiring.
Okay.
The entry qualification for economics program in a suit is what we are standing on.
What about the registration process? At what point does the candidate register?
Once
Because you apply, and then if you meet the criteria, you're given admission.
Admission
What
letter.
about the registration proper?
Once you pay acceptance fee, you are given a reg number. It's generated automatically.
That easy.
It's that easy. So once you pay acceptance fee, acceptance fee, and they begin to pay other fees, you don't go to the suit for anything except when you want to go for orientation. You want to see you physically, then show you otherwise you go and stay at home. It's that easy. It's for the comfort of the learners to do it in their homes, in their shops, in their offices, and access learning with ease.
Anyway.
That's what.
All right, that's the much you can take, viewers. You have heard it from the prof himself. Distance learning has come to stay, and we are very grateful to have you.
Thank you.
And for you to come in and explain in depth what it actually entails. Thank you so much, Prof.
Thank you. My pleasure.
And of course, don't forget to go to odl.esu.edu.ng/application/purchase to get your own application. You can as well register and get your own reg number immediately.
Absolutely. So we go on a short break, and when we come back, the discussion continues. Don't go anywhere.